to global, to becoming a global talent. Real life experience from our speaker. We have Diola in the room already. He's going to be sharing his story, how he moved from being a developer to becoming a globally attractive and talent, right? We'll also be talking about eMigr8, how we can help you start your journey. We'll be mentioning some of the visa routes that we have, some packages around the visa route that you can leverage on. Also, it's going to be 1 hour, 30 minutes of information, free information that you can leverage, that you can use, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an intermediary, or you are a professional looking to explore new opportunities. This session promises to be packed with a lot of gifts, a lot of information. We're also going to be talking about opportunities that are available today. There's an adage that says you have to seize an opportunity in the lifetime of the opportunity. So there are opportunities that are available today that we will go through. But to start, let me talk about eMigr8, right? What we do at eMigr8 is that we enable tech pathways to relocation and settlement. We are not a immigration lawyer or anything. We are people that have gone through this tech path, and we are sharing the free knowledge to help you move from where you are to where you want to be using tech. So there are different routes, there are different visa routes out there, but we are focused on tech-enabled visa routes towards a relocation, whether for a better job, for security, or for your kids, for your family, or any reason, but we are focused on using tech, enabling tech pathways for relocation, right? We have had, we talk at eMigr8, yes, tech-enabled visa. We have free consultations. We have eMigr8 Open Day that we're having today, and we're going to be talking about developer. As a developer, how do you journey from being a developer to becoming a UK global talent? That's our focus today, and we'll be talking about opportunities in this space, talking about opportunities in the tech space, talking about how you can leverage our services, how you can leverage our packages. We have a lot of bonus for people that will be here with us to the end. We have a lot of free information and bonuses and gifts that you can find very useful, right? Previously, we've talked about migrating to the US using tech visa, migrating to Australia using tech visa, leveraging global talent, global talent visa to the UK. You can find these videos of our previous edition in our communities, in our eMigr8 community, and also on YouTube. So you can go back and check out some of the video, how to move to the UK in 3 to 6 months, that's for startup visa. We've had that conversation, how to move to Australia. We've also talked about how to move with the US O1 visa previously in subsequent open day at eMigr8. Right, today we'll have Diola in the room. Diola Ogunleye, he's a machine learning engineer, a data scientist expert. He started as a developer, but today he's a UK global talent. Some additions that will be coming, some of the additions that we are looking forward to bringing your way is UK startup visa. Will be one of our next edition. Seasons on UK Tech Nation visa, global talent, seasons on the move to the US as a global talent, Canada startup visa, and French tech visa. Subsequently, we'll be bringing these editions to you, so pay attention if you're interested in migrating to France using tech visa. We're having that subsequently. If you're interested to migrate to Canada and you want to leverage on the tech startup, Canada startup visa, we'll be bringing that your way soon. Yeah. So at eMigr8, I like to say we enable, well, eMigr8 enables, it's an enabled pathway to relocate. It's a pathway to relocate to any country of your choice that accept tech talent. And that means most of the top nations in the world today, from Germany to the UK, to the US, to Australia, to Canada, to France, they are all looking for global talent, tech talent that can come into their economy and contribute to their economy. We're enabling these pathways, we're enabling this, making this journey easy by sharing information, sharing real life experiences from those that have gone through the pathway. So that is eMigr8. What we do, we help you become globally attractive, right? We have mentors, we have consultants within the eMigr8 communities that can take you, help you plan for beginners and expose you to opportunities for experts, and that will make you become globally attractive and build your tech profile to such a point where you can start getting endorsement from endorsing body like Tech Nation and other endorsing body across the globe that endorse for tech visa. The visa is only a side effect of this objective, right? The visa is already a side effect. The main goal is to make you globally attractive. And once you are globally attractive, migrating from country to country becomes easy because different countries are in hot demand looking for people with talent, globally attractive people. So the visa is just one step. So you need to have gone through the process, gone through the process that prepares you for that stage where you become globally attractive, and visa will come naturally as a consequence of you being globally attractive. What can eMigr8 service cover? Information sessions, right? General inquiry. We do coaching and hand-holding through the process, preliminary assessment of your qualification status. Then also we do self-directed roadmap to qualify for a tech-enabled visa, roadmap to a globally attractive tech profile, where we take you, look at what you have done in the past and help you build a roadmap that will make you globally attractive. Also, we prepare you for to apply for endorsing body like Tech Nation, towards you becoming a UK global talent, and help you review those process as you go through. eMigr8. So most of what we offer are free. We run a freemium model, so information and inspiration. eMigr8 community, you can join the eMigr8 community. We have a WhatsApp community, we have a Telegram community. You can join any of our community. We have Open Day, which is free, which is one you just joined now. We have introductory videos online that are free. We have eMigr8 Open Consultation. It is free also. Visa specific hours, we have free consultation around those time. Short inquiry to find out one thing or the other around tech-enabled visa. These are free. They are available to everybody, and they are free. We also have premium model where the eMigr8 Circle, personalized coaching sessions. That is a premium model. Standard package, reviewing introduction, that for us to, review your application, and your introductions, we charge a token for that. It's premium service. We also have an eMigr8 premium service that is full-fledged, that runs a program between 1 to 2 years. We'll take you through different development stack if you're a developer, and prepares you to become a globally attractive talent. So we also have custom service. Depending on what you are looking for, we can customize our packages to suit this specific visa route that you are engaging or embarking on. Now, if you are interested in any of our services, everybody should be interested, even if it's the free ones, right? The first step is to go to bincom.net/emigrate. The second step is to request for eMigr8 service, blog.bincom.net//emigrate pricing, right? Once you take this step, you're on your way to becoming globally attractive. We have packages within the eMigr8 ecosystem. Move to the UK as a global talent, which is UK Global Talent Visa, which is Technician Visa. That's the visa type. We have packages around that. We could coach you, handhold you, mentor you, also help you review your process, application process. Move to the UK in 3 to 6 months. This is a startup visa package. Move to the US as a global talent. This is for folks trying to migrate with the US O1 visa. These are individuals with extraordinary ability and achievement. We have the packages around that. Moving in 2022, a 5 tech-enabled visa pathway to explore, which is UK, US, Canada, France, Germany. Depending on the unique circumstances of the client, we have packages that we can customize to suit your journey. Then, of course, we have the UK tech-enabled visa pathway for UK, focus on skilled workers. So that's the visa package focus on skilled worker. Yes, our eMigr8 community. So like I said, we have a WhatsApp community, we have a Telegram community, we have a Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube communities. Simply follow, like, join. These are the links. You can do a screenshot of this link and join the community. There are a lot of free information, free knowledge. People share their experiences, and you can learn a thing or two while you are on your journey to becoming a globally attractive talent. Other service we cover, eMigr8 is incubated by a company called Bincom Dev Center. Another service Bincom Dev Center offer the Bincom Global Tech program. This is a 1 to 2 year program that takes you from beginner level to intermediate level and even to full stack or professional level in technology, in any technology stack that you want to be an expert in. So if you want to join the Bincom Global Tech program, you can learn and pay later for the Bincom Global Tech program. You will have different model that allows you to learn and pay when you start any substantial income. We also have a model where we have flexible payment system if you choose to pay as you go. Bincom.net/global tech is the site you want to go to register for that. It's a very competitive program, promises to equip you, promises to move you from being a beginner to being an expert. Other services we offer in Bincom Dev Center include a mentoring platform, a structured mentoring platform, where if you want to become a mentor or you want to have mentees, you want to grow your giftings around, your talent around mentorship, we have a structured program where you can come in and become a mentor. We also have Labs by Bincom. This allows you to build a product-led digital technology platform or product with a team or with your team. It's a 3 to 6 month program where you come up with a startup idea from scratch and you build that startup idea starting with an MVP, and that gives you a first-hand experience in learning how to build product-led digital technology or product-led digital technology products, right? To join that, you go through bincom.net/labs and you will join one of the cohorts. There's a session currently ongoing, and you can join any of the cohorts for that. Other services from Bincom, headhunting service, tech employment and recruitment service for individuals globally. We do that. We can help you land your next role faster, build relevant experience in targeted countries, and connection with tech recruiters. Beacom.net/headhunter is where you want to go to. And this is very important in a global world where recruiters are recruiting from every part of the world. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity to work in an international company, for example, to work with with foreign companies, for example, and earn in foreign currencies, not irrespective of if you're in Ghana, Kenya, Lagos, anywhere in the world. You can work remotely thanks to COVID. That become a new normal. Some available tech-enabled visa routes and location that you want to learn about, you want to maybe spend some time to research about, is a year displayed on this slide. I just wanted to bring this to you. These are some of the packages that we offer. For example, for the UK, we have the startup visa, we have the innovation visa. We have packages around that. We have the global talent visa, popularly known as Technician. Technician is the endorsing body for that visa. And we have the skilled worker visa. Here at eMigr8, we have packages for these visas. Also, for the US, you have the O1 visa, the EB1 visa. For Canada, we have the startup visa. For France, we have the French tech visa. Now you can take a screenshot of this slide, go online and research, just know what are the requirements, what do I need to have, you can start from there. What do I need to have to become, to qualify for a startup visa, for an innovation visa, or for the O1 visa? We also have free information about all these visa type in the eMigr8 community. Yeah, the lowest common denominator is be globally attractive. What we're trying to get you to become is a globally attractive talent, or a globally attractive individual, a globally attractive expert. The goal is not just to migrate you, but to not just to migrate you by location, but to also migrate you from being a beginner to becoming an intermediate, to becoming globally attractive as an expert, a full stack developer, a thought leader in your field, and also, if necessary, to relocate you to your dream job or to your dream country. Yeah, eMigr8 visa opportunity. Currently, we offer pathways to settlement. You can move with your family. We can help you plan if you're beginners. Currently, we focus on tech-enabled visas opportunity. So if you do us a favor, join any of our communities. We can discuss in depth, what in specific time, what relates to you. And also we have eMigr8 Open Day, which holds regularly, and you can join any of our Open Day. So for those in the room that are saying, how do I qualify, or I don't qualify yet, here's what you should be doing. And that is why we have Deola in the room, our speaker for today, and I'm going to hand over to him shortly. Deola is going to share his journey with us, how he moved from being a developer to becoming a global talent, and now based in the UK, if I'm correct. So Deola, thank you for graciously accepting to come share your experience with us today. There are a lot of people in the room waiting to hear from you. So please, you can say hi to the house.
Okay, thank you for having me. Thank you very much. It's always a good day to talk to our people in Nigeria and every part of the world. So my name is Ogunleye Adeola. I'm currently based in the United Kingdom. So I work as a machine learning engineer in London. So I work with a company called Athenium. So Athenium, what they do is they try to get experts for clients. Amongst our clients, we have BMW, we have McKinsey, we have we have BCGs and top companies of the world. So I got my global talent visa last year. So I'm currently here in London with my family. So I prepared some slides to share with you so that it will be a bit structured.
Okay, before you continue,
Okay.
please, if you have any question as Diola is running through his slide, please drop them in the comment section. When he's done, he will take those questions. Thank you. So Diola, can continue.
So okay, yeah. My journey started like actually started like 1.5 years ago, around December. So I was planning to travel, for almost like everybody. You want to go to Canada, you are checking Australia, you just want to relocate. So though I was based in South Africa, then I was working, I was trying to complete my PhD, but I was looking at the next step for me to take as a person, because I believe there's something out there for me. So that's why I decided to keep on looking. So I prepared this slide just to be able to let you know some of the things about me. So my educational background. So today I'll be discussing about myself. So I started in Abeokuta. So I was schooling out. I did my secondary school there. So after that, I moved to Olabisi Onabanjo University. I did my BSc there in electrical electronics engineering. So then I did my master's in Stellenbosch University. So I did master's in power electronics. So then after finishing that, I did my PhD at the University of Johannesburg. That's when I got to meet my current supervisor, my supervisor that supervised me for my PhD. So it really helped me. It really helped me in getting this visa, because he was part of the experts I used for my recommendation letter. So that's a bit of my educational background. So professional background, I did a little bit of work in South Africa. So I worked a bit there. There's an institute called the Institute of Intelligent Systems. I worked there as a data science and machine learning engineer. The institute is based under the University of Johannesburg. There's another company called Move. I worked with them for almost like 3 months as a student. So I was helping them out on a project that involves machine learning. So, but the main job I got was when I was about finishing my PhD. So I worked at a company called Yellow Dog Software. So what we do is we create custom solutions for our clients. So most of the most biggest clients we had that time, I think that's the fourth largest bank in South Africa. So I was the only machine learning engineer there. So working on projects. So most projects that is machine learning based related or core comes to me. So I'll be the one that will develop the project. So we have other developers that will work on the front end and the back end of the project. So I will serve as the main person that will design the whole thing. Then they will link to the project with their own skills. So currently I work with Athenium. So why this visa? This visa is actually a very good visa, because you can easily bring your family. You can change your jobs without even notifying the home office, because if I were to be a tier 2 visa, if I change my job, I need to tell them that I'm changing my job, which is very hectic for me. So I can easily change my job. I can relocate. I can move my business from anywhere in the world. If I have a startup company in Nigeria or in Ghana, I can easily move that to United Kingdom. So you can relate your family, you can relocate your family too on this type of visa. So that's the best visa routes that I know in the United Kingdom. So we have other endorsing bodies that you can use to come to the United Kingdom. On the tier 1 visa, we have the UKIRI, we have the RAE. You can use the art and fashion body to endorse you. There's another one, which is the British Academy. So what begins, how you start this type of visa is you try to gather your documents. So what I did is I looked at my network to look at the experts that are strong, senior experts that are strong, that will give me something like a leverage if I'm getting a recommendation letter from them. So someone that is respected in the field, that when they give you the recommendation letter, people will say, oh, this man is a very strong person. So my supervisor was among the people that gave me the recommendation letter. So then the current VC of my university, we did some projects together. I wrote a paper with him. So he gave me a recommendation letter too. And I have a long-time friend too, that is an expert. He's a medical doctor in the United States. So he's currently an ophthalmologist at Cancer Research Center in the US. So he's a computer scientist and a mathematician. So he has a very strong AI company making waves in the US. It's called Retina AI. So he gave me a recommendation letter too. So those are the three experts I used in my own case. So these are the experts. So this is the prof, which is the VC. This is my professor. This is I'm coming. Okay.
Like I said, if you have questions, please drop them in the comment section, and we'll be going through each question one after the other.
Yeah, so I'm coming. So you gather your documents, you write your letter of something like you write a letter showing that you're an expert in the field, what you've done, how you are going to contribute to the United Kingdom. Then you submit your application. So you can use resources like eMigr8 to help you out, because it was a bit challenging for me because it took me twice before I got my endorsement letter. So initially, the first time I was rejected. The second time I got my recommendation letter. So then you try to pray and wish for the best. So after you get your recommendation letter, which is from the technician, after you submit it, in like 3 weeks, you get notified that maybe you've been endorsed or you are not endorsed. Then you can appeal the decision. So if you've scaled through the stage, you do your tuberculosis test, which is in Nigeria or anywhere you are based. You follow the process for the application, which is you fill form, you pay your visa fee IHS. So for my own application, my mandatory criteria, the one I used, I had like 2 conference paper and 2 journal paper. The conference paper, one was in the US and one is in South Africa, was in South Africa. So then I had 2 journal publications. So those conference paper, I packaged it in such a way that I used that as my public speaking in international stage, in an internationally recognized conference. So that's one of the criteria I used. Then mentorship, I taught at the university, which is almost like an organized body. So I taught for almost a year. So I got a letter from the HOD from the university just to show that I tutored there. Then I had a bit of a media recognition for some of my work when I was still a student. So CNN came to the school and interviewed me. So I took that. Then ETV, that's a South African-based company. They interviewed me too. Then I had some print media. So I gathered all these documents together as some of my mandatory criteria. So there's a pending patent that I was about filing when I was finishing. I got some documents to put there to help me. So there's other criteria called optional criteria. We have 4. We have the OC1, which is the innovation. We have the OC2, which is a contribution to projects outside of your day-to-day job. Then we have the OC3, which is what's that? It's a contribution as a key engineer to a digitally led company. Then the 4th one is academic contribution. So what I did as a research student, I had 2 journal papers. So I used those 2 journal papers to meet the academic contribution. Then the significant contribution to a product-led digital company. So as I was working at Yellow Dog Software, I was working as a machine learning engineer there. So there was a project we did, which is the application of computer vision to creating something like a digitally recognized identification book, ID book, South African ID book, and South African documents. So I created an automated system to recognize them. So it was a project that we did there. Then the second project I did at the company was a document management system. So it was those 2 projects I gathered together. Then I got a letter from my boss at the company. So those are the 2 documents I used to meet my optional criteria. So I already talked about the experts I used. Then choosing between being endorsed as a talent or a promising talent in the field is if you have maybe less than 5 years in the field. If you have more than 5 years, you have to apply as a talent, but I heard it's a bit stricter now, but back then you can have more than 5 years, then you can still apply as a promise, because that's what I did. I had a little bit of more than 5 years. So, and it's almost like a confidence issue too. It depends on how confident you are. If you are very confident, you can go for talent. If you are not so confident, you can go for promise. But I think it's very strict now. So I don't know. So in conclusion, you have to believe in your own work. So you have to be able to sit down, look at all the things you've done in the past years. You have to be able to gather them. You critically analyze your work. You gather your documents. So then you go to the technician website. You go through it severally just to understand some of the things needed from you. Then you use platforms like eMigr8. You talk to experts and you talk to maybe visa recipients. They can help you or point you out on what to do and what not to do. So which was what helped me, because the second time when I was applying, I got the help from Mr. Badesemawu. So he pointed me out to some of the things in my application, things to do and things not to do, how to properly package my application, which was successful the second time. So, and then you read the forums. There's something called Technician Forum. Then there's Immigration Board, which you can go through. It will really help you in getting the visa because you know what to do and what not to do. So that's just it. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Deola. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking your time to go through your various stages. We'll start by asking questions just to help us unpack some of the journey process you have gone through.
Okay.
So we first thing that jumped out of your conversation, we see that it's you have a lot of academic background.
Yeah.
Right. So do we need to have a PhD to apply for for technician?
You don't really need to have a PhD. You can have a B. You might not even have a degree. So far, you're an expert in the field of tech, and you have a substantial work that you've done in that field that you can showcase, and you have people that can vouch for your work. I think that's enough for you to get the visa.
Okay.
So
and
you
also
might be a secondary school holder and still get the visa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah.
Also, looking at your recommendations, like the experts that we can see, 2 professors and 1 doctor. Is there a bias towards these kind of titles in terms of
No,
getting a
it doesn't.
recommendation letter?
It doesn't matter. I think you can get people. For example, you can get CEOs if you have a friend or you have someone you've worked with or your boss. There's someone that is internet friendly, that is easily Googleable. If you Google the person, you will find substantial information about the person online. So somebody that when you Google the person's name, it will, the first 2-3 people that to bring to you, to Google will show you, will be the person. So you see the information about the person and the things the person, the work the person did in the field. So that's just it.
Okay. Before we come to, I wanted you to elaborate on the mandatory criteria that you applied with. So can you elaborate? You talked about the CO1, then the academic contribution, if I got that correctly. So do you want to elaborate? Because there are people in the room that might not know these criteria and they might not understand how to go about putting together their document to match this criteria.
Yeah, for mandatory criteria, you can, I think the list of things you can use as your mandatory criteria, I think the public speaking, then mentorship is part of the things you can use as your mandatory criteria. You can use academic publication if you want as your mandatory criteria. If you have high salary, you can use that as a mandatory criteria. You just have to show that you are earning a lot of money currently as regards to maybe your colleagues at work, in comparison to your colleagues at work and things like that. You can do that. You can, if you have a very stellar GitHub repository, you can use that as your mandatory criteria. So it depends on anything, just to show that you have the knowledge in the field. So something like that. So for in my own case, I used my journal, my conference paper, which I presented. So I used that as my mandatory criteria. I used 2. Then I used media recognition too as a mandatory criteria, which is my CNN video that I have, then ETV, then some print publication that wrote about some of the work I did. So those are the things I used as my mandatory criteria.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you mind telling us about how you started as a developer?
Yeah, I started coding when I was still back in Nigeria. I started with Java, so it was almost like an hobby thing. I just wanted to learn something that is different from school, so that's why I started the coding. So then when I moved to South Africa, I had to create an interface for one of the work I did. So I had to learn a bit of Python programming, a bit of JavaScript, and that's how I got into coding. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. For my PhD, I did something in AI. So that's how I got to meet my supervisor too. So I decided to move into AI from electrical engineering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So it started as a hobby.
Yeah.
And today you are a global talent expert. So they have other questions. Please drop your questions in the comment chat. I'm going to take this question. The writer says, I am in the UK already.
Okay.
As an international student studying my master's degree.
Okay.
I don't like to I would like to know if it would be easier for me to get sponsorship with this visa, with this status being in the UK already and being a student, an international student.
Well, this visa doesn't need sponsorship. So if you are looking for if you are trying to get a tier 2 visa, that's different from this one. This, you don't really need a sponsorship. If you have something substantial that you've done in tech, you can easily get this visa. So, but if you need sponsorship, that means you have to go through the normal process, looking for companies to sponsor you, then trying to, which is a bit well, it's almost like trying to tie you down, because they might be using the sponsorship thing to tie you down to their company. So this is not the type of visa like that.
So this visa is free, it's flexible.
Free. Yeah.
And you can move, like you said in your presentation, you can move from job to job without even informing the Home Office.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I have another question here. And the writer is asking, do network engineers or admin have a chance to relocate through this process?
Yes, I think I've seen a bit. I think I've seen 1 or 2 network engineers moved on this visa. I've seen them move on this visa. So yeah, it's possible to move as a network engineer.
I think I have to put a caveat there that you have to be a network engineer working for a digital product-led company. Yeah. Okay. How do I start having background of communication? Can I achieve my relocation plan through this community? Yes, I'm just answer that question alongside with someone that said I'm interested in getting more information about eMigr8 to ascertain my decision. If you want to know more about eMigr8, there's a channel, there's a eMigr8 communities. I've shared the link and I will put the link again on the chat that you can join. And there are free consultation sessions. We have a lot of freemium model, freemium packages. We share a lot of free information. We mentor a couple of people for free, right? And you can join the eMigr8 community and you'll know more about how you can get the eMigr8, get more information about technician visa, about the US O1 visa, about the French tech visa, about Canadian startup visa also. So join the eMigr8 communities. I'm just going to move over to questions in the chat, right? Ali is saying, please, what do you know about the HP1 visa, high potential individual, and how is it different from the Tech Nation visa? Deola, do you want to give that a shot? HP1 visa?
HB1 or H1B?
HP1, high potential individual.
Oh, I think, is that a visa program that will be starting very soon? Yeah, I think there's, if I heard that correctly, there's a visa that will be starting very soon that doesn't need a sponsorship. I'm not sure about, I don't know. I really don't want to talk about it because I'm not really sure if it's that visa.
So Deola came through the UK talent technician visa. So that's where he has his experience and that's what he can speak to.
Yeah.
About the high potential individual visa speaks to people with high network, high salary, went to Ivy League schools, and you're trying to migrate to the UK. You earn, in over £30,000 annually. High performance individual, basically. There's a new visa route that the UK government is putting out there to attract high potential individual into the UK economy. If you go to uk.gov, there are a lot of information around that. One of the things we try to direct people to do is to do their research, go on the uk.gov app, read about it. There are a lot of information on Google. It's a new visa route that's just been launched. So it might be worth it jumping on it first before it gets crowded. Another question, please, can you use ADP list mentorship as part of the contribution? Dela, you want to give this a shot?
ADP list.
Yeah.
What's ADP list?
Adeboye, do you want to enlighten us about ADP list? Right. We have at eMigr8, we have a standard mentorship platform where we have mentors that can hold individuals through the process. Right. If you're talking about method of mentorship, international mentorship, mentorship for designers, right? So what we do is mentor people with information that we have towards getting access to Tech Nation visa, access to startup visa, access to the O1 visa and the Canadian startup visa. So basically, we are not an endorsing body. We just have people that have gone through the process and they're using the experience to mentor people. Okay. All right. More questions? Do you have more questions? Okay. Amadi is asking, I'm a co-founder of a pre-seed stage startup in Nigeria. I would like to know how I can apply for the UK startup visa. I would take that. Currently at eMigr8, we are running a campaign, eMigr8 in 3 to 6 months for the UK startup visa. If you click on the link, if I'm going to drop a link that you can sign up in, and we're going to take the conversation from there. So the startup visa, it's a 2 years, allow you to come into the UK as a startup owner or as a startup founder, and you have access to, you have a 2-year stay in the UK where you can work on your startup, grow your startup, and build your startup right in the UK. So it is a very laudable and fantastic idea and a good way to migrate. It is cheaper than migrating as a student, and it gives you almost the same time, a 2-year window where you can build across new markets in the UK, for example, get access to funding if in the UK, for example. So it's a good one. We will reach out to you, Amadi. I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to drop the link on the chat that you can join any of the technician, any of the eMigr8 community, and we'll book a free consultation. By the way, if you are interested in having a free consultation with eMigr8, it's free. You can signify in the chat and we'll get back to you. Just say, I'm interested in the eMigr8 free consultation, and we will schedule a session, a 30-minute session with those that are interested, to know more about eMigr8 and know more about their chances of migrating using any of the package that I've talked about today, right? Amadi, thank you. I think I've answered that. Okay, thank you very much. So back to Diola.
Okay.
How easy was it for you to settle into the UK, to get a job with your visa? Looks like you got a job immediately you got into the UK, or you got a job before you got into the UK. Did your visa play?
It took a bit of time, but like just like 1 or 2 months. So after I got to the UK, that's when I got a job. So I started applying before I left South Africa, but most of them, all these recruiters, they don't really know much about Tech Nation, so they want you to be on ground before they want to do anything concrete with you. So when I got here, after my quarantine and everything, I started properly, and after a few months, I got a job there.
Did your visa route play an important role in you getting a job? Did they consider that you are a technician, you are a global star you know?
Yes. Most of the time when they see when they ask me about my current status, it makes them a bit more interested in talking to me. So when they know I have a global talent visa.
Thank you. That's one reason to go for that. Sorry. Yeah, we talked about the mandatory criteria.
Yeah.
Can you share a bit on the optional criteria, the one you use in applying, the one you chose during your application?
The optional criteria I chose, which is the the contribution to a product-led company. So working at a Yellow Dog Software, I was able to contribute as a machine learning engineer to some ongoing projects. So there's this project called the document management system. It was for a bank. So they want us to develop a system that will automatically extract information from documents submitted by customers, like the name, bank account, and things like that. So it was a computer vision project. So I had to develop a computer vision model. Then I did some programming around it. I turned that into an API, which I interfaced with some of my colleagues. So they are those colleagues of mine were in charge of the front end and the back end. So I was in charge of training the model, then validating the model, deployment, then converting that into an API. So that's one of the projects I used. The second one is an automatic passport and ID book recognition system. So it's almost like when you show your ID card and passport, it will automatically take the information there to confirm it with the Home Office. If you are the person, you are the real owner of the documents that you are holding. So I developed a system which is also almost similar to the document management system. So that's the second project I used. So I now wrote my evidence around that. I was having almost like 70% involvement in the project because it was purely machine learning project. So I got a letter from my boss at work too, which it was a small company. So we were almost like a 10. I was the only machine learning engineer there. So I got a letter to tell technician what I did, the contribution, and one or two things about me. So I got a letter from him. Then I wrote about the evidence. I added the flow charts of the project. I added it to the evidence. So that's one part of the evidence that I use for the optional criteria. The second one is the academic part, which is I actually had like 2 journal papers. So during my PhD, so I used that to meet the academic contribution. So that actually form the bulk of the second part of the optional criteria. So making the 2 criteria to be complete. Yeah.
Fantastic. And it's interesting to know that you applied from South Africa. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So
yes.
Did you by any chance or at any point did you go to your home country, which is Nigeria?
No, I didn't leave South Africa. I was a permanent resident there. Okay. So it was very easy for me to apply from there.
So with Technician, you can apply from anywhere in the world.
You can apply from anywhere in the world.
Fantastic. I think that is very laudable.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me share some more information about eMigr8. Thank you, Deola. I'll come back to you shortly.
Okay.
Right. So if you're in the chat and you want free session, please drop a comment on the chat. Somebody asked a question around startup visa, and I just wanted to startup visa move to the UK in 3 to 6 months. If you're interested, join the eMigr8 community. There's a phone number on my slide here that you can take down and call or send a WhatsApp message. and we will contact you back, or simply go to www.baincom.net/emigrate. It's a short form that we just need you to fill, and we will get back to you. It's as simple as that. That's for the startup visa. And yeah. And also just search Immigrant community online. We have a lot of free informations that we've put out there, and you can leverage on any of them, take advantage of all this information. And of course, we want you to be part of the community. Subscribe to our channel, like our post, share the post with your friends, your family, with relatives, colleagues who are looking out for these opportunities also, right? Speaking of like, share, and post and join, right? The Immigrant community, we have bonuses for active members of the community. So we are awarding a free immigrating coaching session for the most engaged Immigrant community member this month. So if you're active in our community, we are rewarding you with a free coaching session, which in terms of worth is worth $700. So that's a lot of money, right? So for coaching session, a free coaching session for any visa route that you are looking to explore, right? And so for the most active Immigrant community member, right, you get to win yourself up to $700 in mentorship coaching session. How to win? Like, share, post comment on our post, invite friends and colleagues, ask and answer questions in the community. It's a free community. Share useful information, news around tech-enabled visas opportunity, make suggestions, and so on. Just be active and engaging in the community. Generally be helpful in the community. Help somebody else with information. Help somebody else get knowledge about what they're asking about. Help somebody else, and you would be helping yourself to $700 in coaching session. Remember that the Immigrant community is focused on tech-enabled visa pathways to relocation and settlement. We prioritize quality of engagement over quantity of engagement. So when we say be active, we're not saying post random or spam messages in the chats or in the group or in the channels. We're saying post quality information, verifiable information that can help somebody out there move closer to their dream of relocation, of getting a new job, or migrating to a new geography. All right. Good luck, everyone. So when you come join our community, even as we are doing right now, TechNation Visa free resource, we give that. Right, we share that. Go to technation.io. Some of the free resource, we have mentors, we have ambassadors. We freely engage people in our communities that are trying to leverage on the TechNation visa, try to get an endorsement from TechNation. Diola, back to you. You talked about Bade, one of our mentor.
Yeah.
You reaching out to Bade. How was that experience? And do you want to tell us a bit about that engagement?
Yeah, when I got my first rejection, I was camping for, now anytime when things don't go your way, it's when something doesn't. So you just want to look for a solution for the problem. So I joined the Technician Forum. I met Mr. Bade there. So I shared my issue with him. So he said, he looked at it critically. He said, he said I was having a packaging problem with my application, that the bulk of the application is good, but I just need to rearrange, then package it very well. So he explained how I will package it. So I just followed his advice. So then I applied the second time using his advice because it was making sense. I could see how they want the application to look like, because packaging it that way answered a lot of questions that will arise when someone is looking at your application behind you. So I just followed his advice and I applied the second time, then I got it.
Okay. Right. So that is a testimonial right there for someone that was in the community, joined the Immigrant community, leverage all the information he got from our mentor, Mr. Bade, one of our mentors, Mr. Bade, and today he got endorsed after applying. So he got endorsed the second time you applied. All right. So we have the Tech Nation Visa Alumni Community. For those that have been endorsed, we have the Welcome Party Immigrant Community in countries. For those that have already been endorsed, if you're in the room, try and join any of these community. Right. So, Diola, I'm back to you. We have diverse people in the room.
Okay.
We have developers in the room that just started their journey, and they would like to. I don't know if you have a word of advice to them, where you want them to start from, what they should be doing now as beginners, right? Some of them are just hearing about this information for the first time.
Okay.
You know, sometimes it's confusing and you don't know how to start. It feels like a lot. So do you have any advice for the beginners?
As a beginner, just keep on doing good work and try to document some of the things you are doing, and another thing I also will advise is it's good to maybe make connections with people. So this will help. This might help you one way or the other. So then, if you are targeting the technician visa, you keep on reading the forums. You keep on reaching out to people. You keep on sharing information, reading information about the visa. It will help you a lot when you're trying to gather your documents. So as an expert, you just need to maybe sit down, look at your network, because they used to say your network is your net worth. So you look at your network, then you look at some of the work you've done and you rearrange it. You talk to knowledgeable people like Mr. Bade, who can help you out. You can, if you want to do it yourself, it's a bit risky, but you just need to, it's risky. So you have to look at various platform. You look for information, you gather your documents, then you just submit and pray. It will happen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And if you need any help, Diola has spoken to the beginners and also the experts in the room. If you need any help, that is why we're here. That's why we have a community. There's an adage that says it takes a village to raise a child, right? Sometimes it takes a village, it takes a community to support you, to help you package, to help you tell your story in such a way that technician guys will see it as value and endorse it and say, this guy is needed in our ecosystem. This guy is a talent that we must not pass by on. So that's why we're here, Emigrate. We can help you start the beginning. We can help you plan. We can handhold you. We can mentor you through the process. It's free, right? It's a free package. Simply reach out to us using the link in the chat. It's a free community of people interested in tech-enabled visa opportunity, and we're trying to help as many people as we can. Address the questions in the chats. All right. Thank you, Blessing. So if you look at the chat, the links to join any of the community of your choice, the LinkedIn community, the Emigrate LinkedIn community, the Emigrate Facebook community, Emigrate WhatsApp, Emigrate Telegram community, you're free to join any of those community. So Diola, back to you. For example, I don't know. I'm not a developer.
Okay.
That's the beginners in the room. But there are certain people that they are developers. They've started doing some work.
Okay.
Right. But how do they build their profile now that they've started already? How do they build their profile to such a point where they can now comfortably apply for a tech-enabled visa?
Yeah, I think maybe learning new technologies, getting involved wholeheartedly in projects, and yeah, just trying to grab the opportunity with both hands by doing a very good work will help you, because this is what you will package. So for example, now you have to showcase the app you designed. Maybe you have, let's say, like 1 million people using it. That's a story behind it. Before you can get there, you have to have done something very solid. So let's say you develop something that is saving people almost like maybe 1 million naira every month or something like that. You have to have done something very solid, and it's very easy to do something very solid if you sit down and think about it. So you have to be visible when you are doing a project. You have to take charge. You have to take ownership of some of the work you are doing. So this will help you when your boss is writing about your contribution in a particular project. So they will be able to say, yeah, I did almost like the bulk of the whole project. So yeah, he's very knowledgeable when it comes to that aspect. So it's going to help you a lot. You have 1 or 2 or 3 projects under your belt. I think that should be enough. So for you to maybe gather and use that as an evidence. So for contribution, because I try to shy away from using innovation, which is a bit tricky. So it's better to select contribution, significant contribution to a digitally product-led company, something like that. So instead of maybe choosing some other criteria in the technician criteria, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being very detailed and thorough. And I will add to that at Bincom Dev Center, we have something called Lab by Bincom. Labs by Bincom help you to become a part of a team or a cohort that is building product-led products, digital-led products, right? So you can join a cohort, and there are a lot of problems in Lagos that we're trying to solve leveraging technology. You can be part of a cohort and you can start building exposure. And Dela said something very important. Start tracking your metrics. How many people, is your app impacting, for example? How many people are you, are on the app, for example? Are you saving anybody money? Are you saving anybody time? What are the testimonials about your work? Whether it's your personal work or it's your group work, you want to start tracking those metrics, because you never know when the time is right, and you have to present that, to apply for a digital, a tech-enabled visa, for example. So yes, thank you, Deola, for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Just checking if we have any questions in the community. This has been a useful conversation. It's been good meeting you. It's been good hearing your story and sharing your experience with us. And you said you moved with your family, right? Did your wife had to apply for the same visa, or how did that work?
No, my wife applied for a dependent visa. So there's a dependent that can move with the technician visa. So she's working as a dependent.
And she can work without time restriction?
Yes. She can do anything she wants, except maybe being a footballer or something.
Thank you. That's wonderful to know that there's no time restriction to the hour of work. Even the dependent on the visa gets to enjoy to work. With technician visa, you can start working as you get into the UK. There's no restriction, like Jola told us. You don't have to go to the home office to tell them about you changing job when you feel like, or you need to change the job. It is very flexible. It is, and Deola, you said something about the fastest way to citizenship. I wanted to pick on
that. If you are endorsed as a talent, that means in 3 years, you can get your indefinite leave to remain, which is the ILR. So then after a year, so you can get your British passports. So that will be almost like 4 to 5 years. You can become a British citizen. But if you are endorsed as a promise, you after 5 years, you get your ILR. Then after that time, you can get your British passport. So, and it's actually very useful to have a British passport. You can travel anywhere. You can set up business anywhere in the world. So that's one of the goals. So one of the good things about this visa.
Yeah, so I think it's important to mention that the technician visa is divided into two categories: the exceptional talent and exceptional promise category. Yeah. So for exceptional promise, you have less than 5 years working experience in tech, working for a product-led digital company, right? For exceptional talent, you have at least 5 years experience to show with just 5-year working experience in product-led digital companies, building tech, leveraging tech, whether as a developer, as a product manager, as long as you work in a digital tech, in a digital-led tech business or tech establishment, you are free, you are eligible to apply. Did I capture that correctly, Diola?
Yes.
So it's important because you talked about 3 years and you get your LRO, your permanent leave to remain, then 5 years. I don't want anybody in the chat confused to say, why is it different? You know, one of them is for exceptional talent. You have been in the tech space for upward of 5 years and you can show 5 years worth of experience as proof, right? From the apps you build, the engagement you've had, the mentorship you must have offered, the impact you have on your local tech communities, you know, then as an exceptional promise, you can also apply. You have less than 5 years work experience in tech, but you are a promise in tech. You're doing stuff, amazing work, and you can show those proof of work that you have done. You are eligible to apply. Now, if you are not on those journey, you have not up to 3 or 5 years experience, you can start today, right? They said the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So you can start today, start building your tech profile, start being intentional about your profile, start taking platforms like LinkedIn seriously, start joining communities, any of the tech communities, and start leveraging your time to gather experience and proof that you can show that you have exceptional promise of value to offer either the UK economy, which we're talking about today, or the Canadian startup economy, which we'll talk about in our next subsequently, or the French tech visa. So what these governments are looking out for, what this economy are looking out for is a talent, someone that can add value, right? They need you more than you need them, right? They need you to help them create more value in their economy. They need you, and more, like I said, more than you need them. So as a parting word, I would like, Jola, in summary, what advice would you give to people in the audience that have been patiently listening to you? What piece of advice would you give to them?
Yeah, well, the advice I will give is just maybe if you want to do this, if you want to get this visa, is maybe just to start today. Look at yourself critically. Look at the things you've done in the past years, and if you don't really have enough evidence, you can try to maybe go through the requirements. There's a visa technician visa guide that you can use, and you can read forums. What people are using to meet all these criteria might give you an idea of what to do to get this visa. So you just need to be purposeful in getting this visa. So that's just it. You can start today, just like you said. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. My advice would be take action, and take action today. And to take action, simply join the Technician, join the eMigr8 community, or go on technician.io, read about the qualifying criteria. You have every information you need to qualify, actually. it on the technation.io platform, right? And start working your way towards meeting those criteria. If you need a community to work with you that journey, we're here at eMigr8. If you need a mentor to handhold you through the process, we're here at eMigr8 to help you through the process. So thank you very much, Deola. Thank you for granting us this precious time.
Yeah, thank you.
We look forward to hearing more amazing work you're doing in the area of machine learning in the UK economy and doing much more. And we'll look forward to having you back to share.
Okay, thank you very much.
More like, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you everybody that made it today. Hope for this open day, Immigrant Open Day. Thank you for taking your time. Hope this has been valuable. If this has been valuable, this link will be on YouTube. Please share it with people, your friends, your colleague, your family members that are looking out for opportunities like this. You never can tell. Just a line or a word of information might just be what they're looking for to ignite their tech-enabled visa travels or tech-enabled visa route or becoming globally attractive. And so please share and be your brother's keeper. Thank you very much and take action. Have a pleasant day, everyone. Thank you, Deola. This was good.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.